Pretty cool unboxing today because it's a collaboration from a different company, and it's kind of funny how this all worked out because this is a Division Road collaboration they did with Whites. And after, there's also a very bright thing right in my face right there. Hold up. Yeah, it's a collaboration Division Road and Whites did, and after the Twisters video, some of the guys at Division Road were like, hey, that's cool. Your harness was in Twisters. Like, I can't remember how it got brought up, but they're like, can we, it might have been like the sale ended. They're like, hey, can we get that discount? It just ended yesterday. Oh, one of my guys wants one of your harnesses and we want to buy it for him. Something like that. Or like, hey, we want to buy, I don't know. They wanted a harness. And I was like, let's just give you one. Like, you can just have one. Like, you know, like it's one of my favorite things to do is like hook up the homies with some free gear, you know, hook up with the guys that are doing similar stuff. You know, it's like, let's just like do some trade. Like, do you have anything you want to promote or like anything that you want to send me to choose through a few different things? And they're like, we do have a Whites collaboration coming out. I was like, let's do it. It's definitely a much more expensive boot compared to the harness. But I think we sent a couple other gifts in there and stuff just to kind of try to make it fair. So pretty fun, you know, just kind of a impromptu little unboxing, not much to it other than just kind of showing you what some other people are doing in the collaboration world with some of the brands that we're working with as well. Because, you know, we take things really far. You know, a lot of the other collaborations are a lot more refined, a lot more subtle, a lot more of like the other end of the spectrum, where we just take things the furthest it can go. It gets wacky, it gets ridiculous. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's my cup of tea. This is like a different version of a collaboration that I think you guys would appreciate. So who is Division Road? Let's find that out first. Division Road, basically, as far as I understand, is a similar company to some of these other ones we've worked with, where they curate a really, really fine selection of anything from footwear to clothes, accessories, and they really focus on this heritage, high quality stuff. They basically, like, Division Road is one of the inspirations of all the collaborations we've done, because these guys have been doing collaborations way before I even had a channel. And so these guys are kind of the forefathers to what we do with our collaborations, and they've built an entire business around collaborations because their whole website has, you know, if you go to their footwear page, go to their boots, you know, they've got some Trickers collaborations. I don't know if they're all collaborations. I think they are. I think they're all collaborations, which is so sick. Triggers, Whites, Easy Mock, Viberg. We're gonna do Viberg one day. Viberg's another one of those brands where people are like, there's something going on behind the scenes, like Weston hates Viberg, or like Brett hates Weston, like something's going on. It's just like, no, we just haven't got to him yet. And in order to really communicate what Viberg is, you almost have to do the entire like Pacific Northwest boot collection. You have to do like all the other boots around that similar like style, because Viberg used to be like a logging boot company, but they've pivoted a lot more towards like the more casual, the more dressed, the more high-end, really refined designs. And so if we did that first, it wouldn't have the context to explain why Viberg is different without being able to see the whole market of boots that are similar. So we'll do them eventually. I literally have nothing against Viberg in any way. I have a couple pairs of their boots. You know, those engineers that we turned into like more roper style, those are Vibergs. And yeah, so that's what they do. Just really cool collaborations, cool leathers. You know, like I mentioned, they go a little bit lighter when it comes to the actual concepts, because they can do a lot more on their website by offering a lot of other colors, you know, slight variations on some patterns. And it works. It seems, well, I don't know their back end, but it seems like it works really well for them, because I've always loved their collaborations and everything they do. Big inspiration for me. Division Road is. The guys are really nice. Like, they've sent a couple of like really nice, just random emails, like, "Hey, you're doing good. Like, keep it up. Hell yeah, we watch your videos and like we like them, except for this one." Like, just kidding. I don't think Division Road. I can't remember who it was. Somebody sent like an email. It's like, "But you're wrong about this one." And I was like, "Yeah, we can disagree." I can't remember if it was Division Road or not. But that's half the fun, right? It's like having opinions and having your peers and your homies kind of look through them with you and like diagnose them and like what's right, what's wrong. And it's like that's the whole thing with Alden's. It's the whole thing with like Red Wing. You know, it's fun. But you can see they do like heritage clothing too, and heritage in quotation. It's just high end, like really nice handmade stuff, really high quality materials. So I just like these guys. I just like everything they do. They're like a similar vibe to what I'd love to do down the road. You know, we probably won't ever get to this extent because it's not our business model to have like a storefront like these guys. But it's a cool way of doing things. And like I've mentioned 1,000 times, I love designing products. And so when like these guys are like designing products with so many cool brands, it's like, how can you not want to do similar stuff? They've got a good social media too. If we head over to their social media, they have really nice photography. It's just like Division Road is cool. I like the guys. The About Us page. Let's see what they say. Division Road is the luxury heritage menswear boutique providing enduring footwear, apparel, and accessories online and in store, based in Virginia. I thought they were in California for some reason. We present exclusive North American, Western European, and Japanese manufacturers with a customer service standard that is equal to the quality of goods we carry. You know, compared to like Amazon, like Walmart, and all these huge, like terrible corporations that like we talk about on the channel. It's like it's like the other end of the spectrum. It's like disposable. They don't care about customer service. They're just trying to sell massive quantities. They don't care about the sustainability aspect of it. They'll pretend to care about it, but in all reality, they're just selling you plastic that wears out. Where this kind of like goods and what they do is like all about the true sustainability. Actually, look at that. I literally just read that right as soon as I was saying. That was a weird like synchronous moment. True sustainability. Yeah. I literally didn't read this before. Division Road believes in heritage, luxury, and quality is paramount. That refinement and enriched point of view doesn't compromise soul, character, and grit. Division Road is polished while celebrating the distressed touch of age, rust, and patina that comes with time, adventure, and journey. It is our position that true sustainability means buying once. We select brands carefully and are committed to goods that are designed to endure. We test, we live, and stand with our products. Yeah, I just like everything about these guys. So check out their stuff. Go check out some of their clothes and their other stuff, and it's good. The number one surprise success out of all the products we released this year, with the collaborations, with the camera gear, with the boot accessories, all that stuff, the number one surprise was the boot breakers. It's a really simple concept that for some reason nobody really figured out, where these hard heritage boots, if you just have a little 2mm insole, it helps reduce that pain of breaking it in while still being able to compress that leather to the shape of your foot. And these have flown off the shelf. They're hard to keep in stock. We have to keep finding more and more material. And so because of that, we launched the leather boot breakers, which have been just about as successful. So we're releasing the 4mm boot breaker. Same concept as the thin boot breaker, just giving you a little bit more squish, gonna take up a little bit more room, more impact resistance. So if you got a really uncomfortable pair and these are not gonna cut it, throw one of these mattresses in there and you're good to go. And it also allows you to customize your fit. If you're gonna stack these and do like a little combo breaker, do a little thinner leather insole with a thicker foam boot breaker. You can do a thinner foam boot breaker with a big thick daddy piece of leather, because that's the whole concept. It's a little bit of a system, mix and match, try different things, different orientations, and let us know what you guys think, because this is a fun project we've involved you guys in and based a lot of this off of your feedback. So check out the new 4mm foam boot breaker and the leather and the OG foam boot breaker below. So what is this boot that we're actually going to be unboxing? This is the semi-dress 375 on the 55 last half comp. Maybe it's the half sole. Horween black wax flesh, 7-inch. Okay, so this is good because we'll go over their sizing. White sizing is consistent with our old grade manufacturers. The 55 typically is equal to Viberg or Trickers for most feet. Generally, when sizing for whites, we suggest you select half a size down from your common US boot like Red Wing or Alden, or 1.5 sizes down from your common US sneaker like Nike or New Balance. So how does that convert for me? People don't like the Brannock, but the Brannock seems the easiest for me. So I'm a 10 on the Brannock. In sneakers, I wear like 10.5 or 11. Boots, I usually wear 9.5 or 10. And so that pretty well tracks-ish. You know, I think I like my boots a little bit more wiggle room. I don't like them really snug. And so if I get a size 11 in sneakers, then that is a 9.5 in what their sizing recommendation is, which is what I ordered. So that's pretty good. That's like within half a size. And like when it comes to half a sizes, it's like it's so much about personal preference and what you like, what you don't like, all that stuff. So let's unbox them and I'll try them on, because I've just been on a really big whites hype train just because we're planning the Drifter 3 release. It's probably released by now, by the time you're watching this actually. October 17th, blood core leather. And I just love whites and how they're the original. They're the ones that like really put that style of boot on the map, and They have really good branding, but more importantly, these are hand-sewn, stitched-down construction that we for sure talked about in the release of the Drifter video. So I'll put links to that below if it's released. I don't even know when this is coming out. So let's do it. What knife? The Blade HQ exclusive, their Donut Kershaw collaboration. This thing's pretty cool. Flicks open really nice. Pretty slick. I like this little release here. Because your blade's locked, right? And the release is right here on the side. Slide that. I'm trying to slide it so you can actually see it. You can't see it. You get the point. So if you want one of these, check these out. The links in the description as well. Blade HQ is always cool to hook us up with some cool knives, unbox these with, give you guys some other interesting things to look at, because knives are so close to the boot world. Also, it's in a little donut boot oil, or not boot oil, knife oil. Let's do it. Division Roads, White's collaboration. A box in a box? Whoa, look at this packaging. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is pretty freaking slick, Rick. I opened it upside down because I didn't want to show the sticker. That's cool. I love when, like, that's the benefit of like working with these small brands, right? And buying small is you get a lot of things that you would not get on a whole, or like a huge like company and Walmart and like even like just big shoe companies. What is this, a pinup girl? Oh my gosh, dang girl. Packaging. What do we have? Rose Anvil, great pickup with these Horween black wax flesh semi-dress 375 boots. These will patina and become a staple in your collection. We hope you enjoy. Best regards, Darius and Dr. Team, DR Team. This is nice. Like, this feels like this feels premium. Like, that's all hand wrapped and stuff. I like this little touch. Pretty freaking cool. Let's do it. Should we unbox it, actually? Love the little stamps on there too. I just appreciate people that go above and beyond for packaging. Because we try pretty hard to make our packaging nice, but these are like we don't do like this hand wrapped, hand tied, like this is going the extra mile for sure. Oh, that's so fun. Like if I spent $800 on these and I was like waiting a few months for them and I got this, it would add to the experience. I was really excited to get the black wax flesh because we've used brown wax flesh on a bunch of collaborations with NYX, you know, with the ND series. And I love how it patinas and that lighter color pops through. But this is that black wax flesh, which I've never used before. All right, let's take a try to open it daintily. Okay, let's freaking do it. Whites, Division Road collaboration. The semi-dress 375, 55 half comp, Horween Black West for $800. Here we go. Even better packaging on the inside, of course they do. Look at that specific Division Road filler material. Get your kilties and your laces. That's a nice touch. Kind of lacing those together. I like these little cotton laces that I run some of those in the Drifters. And Division Road bags, co-branded with Whites. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Division Road's gonna be like, did you copy all of our ideas for your future collaborations? No. It's just a good idea, okay? See, this is that black wax flesh I was talking about. You know, you can see like the grain side versus the flesh side that's been waxed flat. And, you know, just to do a quick version of this for you. See that little color coming through? Kind of, you know, same, it's like a T-core, but it's the grain side, so it's a fun little way of getting some patina in a unique way. Yeah, it's gonna look really pretty. You know, versus my Indy 4s, you can see kind of that more red hue is coming through. Some of you guys are not gonna be happy about this, but. See? That's why I'm excited to have a pair, just to try out the difference of that. Oh, it keeps unfocusing. Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Now, let's get the actual boots out. Let's see what's what. Did I get the right size? Size 9. So I went with a 9. Here we go. Yeah, that is a good looking boot. Dang. And this, you know, this is a really like, I don't even know what the word is. Like, refined version of whites, maybe is what I'm trying to get at. You know, because you've got the single layer of stitching at the toe. Maybe I'll give you a little zoom here. So instead of the double, yeah, do I have another? This is like not to promote the drifters, but it makes sense. You see how on the drifters, you've got the double row of stitching? On these division rows, you've got the one row. It's a little more tight, it's a little more discreet, not quite as chunky as that big old welt coming through, but still has that hand sewn stitch down construction, which I really appreciate. And it looks like the welt, that like rolled welt area is the reversed wax flesh, so it's back to the grain, which is a nice little touch. That's clean. I love these little half soles. The V-bar half soles, it looks really, really clean and classy. Yeah, I like this a lot. All eyelets. You know, I like speed hooks because I'm just lazy, but like all eyelets are also another like more classy way of doing things, refine it up a little bit. The 55 is a little bit more refined than like the 4811. And I like how there's this like external counterless, I don't know how you say it, like there's no external counter, and the counter looks like it's like on the inside. I've never actually seen how whites does this pattern. See the difference between that external counter cover versus no counter cover? Much cleaner, much more sleek. You know, it's I like what they've done with this boot because, and it's surprisingly light because of that. At least it feels light. And then you have a leather midsole, another leather midsole, and then the leather insole, right? Maybe. Or are you just standing on the? I don't know. It's got to have that insole. That's how they make the boots, right? So I think there's a leather insole, leather midsole, second leather midsole, half sole, and so yeah, it's like I don't know. I like the look of it. I think it's a nice balanced look of refining some stuff while still keeping some stuff rugged. Has a little bit of like westerny flair to it, to me at least. You know, especially with the 55 being a little more pointy. Pretty cool. It's a good looking boot. I like this old school logo there too. Okay, let's try them on. Because I wear a 9.5 in all the whites that I've owned. So I wonder why I went with a 9. I guess you'll be able to figure it out. But on that topic, we have our whites sizing video. We'll link it below. I try not to like post them as like a public thing because it's my personal sizing recommendations, and you always want to defer to the brand that you're buying from or the brand that's making them. So I don't make them like public, but I'll put links to them below for those of you that want to watch a sizing video. But Whites does these little teeny baby kilties. That's why when we do the drifters, we send them with our kilties, big old 10-inchers. But they're still good kilties, especially for like a boot like this. What am I wearing? Oh, just my natural pair of Smugs. I think these are going to be released or are released at this point. I don't even know when this video is coming out. So drifters, Smugs, we'll put links to all that stuff below. But yeah, these are fun. These are like my attempt to make a sneaker boot. You know, unlined except for in the toe, really thick boot leather. Goral does their leather insoles and Blake stitch them to the upper, and so it's a very boot style construction. And so we're like, let's just make a freaking boot sneaker. Like Smug stands for sneakers made using good shit. And that's what we try to do, and people love them. It's fun. Okay, 9 on the 55 last. And also, if you want me to cut these, because that's half the fun of these videos. It's like brands are just sending us stuff, and we just have a big catalog of potential stuff we could cut. And so it's a nice way to get your guys' opinion on what you want to see, what's interesting to you. So if you want to see me cut these, just let me know, because if this video does well and there's a lot of interest, I'll do it. Okay, size 9, 10 on the Brannock. Find out. Ooh, what a good thump. Because they say that these taller arch lasts, like the 55 and the 4811, they're so high that it actually like shrinks your foot, because your foot's like this on a 0 drop shoe, and then all of a sudden you're adding some arch support. That complex bend, where am I? That complex bend like shortens your foot in a certain way because it's, you get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying. I feel like the 9's fine, actually. I think it's only like a 1/16 of an inch difference between half sizes. So it's not, honestly not that big of a difference. I just like to err on the side of going big, just in case. Woo, those are a clean little boot. Oh my gosh. Yeah, look at those. Preferably not in shorts and Nike socks, but woo, I think that fits me actually. Are they 9s for real? Let's see this other one. Plus, these boots are also just hard because every single time I get a Pacific Northwest pair of boots, I'm like, these are too big. And then a week later, I'm like, they're too small, actually. And then 2 weeks after that, I'm like, they're perfect because they like break in, they bulge out, the toe curls up, they do kind of shape to your foot. So as long as they're within reason, a lot of times you'll be happy with them in a few weeks. But those are pretty good. Like I'm not a big fan of the 55 lash just because it's pointy, but like in a use case like this where it's a more refined, nice looking boot, it's a little more subtle, a little sleeker, a little lighter weight. You know, it works really, really well. I like that a lot. Nice. There's your little comparison for the 4811 last. See the difference. Obviously this one's broken in. Actually, let me go grab the brand new pair of drifters just to show you. Okay, here's your top-down look of the 55 versus the 4811. See how much more square it is in the toe versus more almondy. Yeah, that's the point, right? A little more broad, a little more wiggle room versus a little more almondy, a little more like grip in your foot. Ooh, I like don't want to cut these because I really, really like these. So, yeah, and also this is another good example of like, just look at the welt difference between the two. You know, this is double stitched, this is single stitched. It's definitely the slimmest, most like little, what do you say, slimmest, what is the word I'm looking for, like refined? You know, it's like for sure the most refined wide I've ever had. Like this looks and feels more like a European style boot or like a dressier style boot. So I think they've killed it. I love it. I think it's good boots. So check these out. There'll be links in my description. Check out what else did I talk about? I talked about Smugs. I talked about the Drifter 3s with the blood core leather. Talked about Division Road and all the different stuff they offer with the clothes and the high quality heritage goods, and obviously these boots, and then the white sizing guide. But like once again, don't get mad at me if you screw it up. And like I mentioned, I like having plenty of wiggle room. These are a 9, and I can wear them. But like I usually go just a little bit bigger. So shout out to Division Road for sending these in, and thank you guys for watching this. It's fun just to like hop on camera, just kind of bullshit around for a little bit and kind of talk through some stuff. And we do get a little rambly, but it's fun. So thank you guys, and thanks for supporting these brands that are willing to send us boots. And let me know if you want us to cut them in half or not, because we might. So thank you guys. See ya.